Howdy, it's Alyssa, and today I'm here with a piercing video because, as you guys might be able to see, I finally got my nose pierced. Sorry if the lighting's kind of bad, it's kind of thunderstormy, and my kitchen is the only place that has good, lighting. It did not let me record the piercing itself, which I was kind of upset about because obviously I wanted to record it for you guys because I love watching piercing videos, but I have loads of pictures, and I actually have 5 and 10-second videos that my sister snuck in, but I'm just gonna tell you guys my experience, and then I'm gonna answer some questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. If you guys are wondering, I did go to a tattoo shop and I got it pierced there, so I did not do it myself. I was debating on doing it myself, but then I realized I didn't want to mess up anything because an ear piercing is way different than something on your face, so I didn't want to mess up and then my face be ruined for the rest of my life. If you guys live in Georgia, I went to Lucky Draw Tattoo in Dallas, Georgia, and the guy Johnny did it, and he was awesome. He was super funny, super nice, and he gave really good instructions and repeated them over and over again for me. So the piercing itself was only $40. That's not too bad at all for a piercing in my opinion. So I'm gonna be showing you guys pictures while I'm talking of everything. He said I was allowed to take pictures, so that's not a big deal. But when I got there, I just signed a bunch of paperwork. He asked me how old I am. I said 17, but my parents were both there. So I've been asking my parents to get my nose pierced since I was 13, and my mom finally agreed to it yesterday. So the day she agreed to it, she's been debating about it for a little bit, but the day she finally said yes is when I went and got it done. I walked into this room and it had a huge chair and a bunch of lights everywhere, and it was kind of creepy. But I sat down and he just cleaned everything. He put gloves on, which was really awesome. He marked the place where the piercing was going to be, and he asked me if it was okay. So I'm looking in the viewfinder to see if you guys can see, but this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I got it done yesterday, so it's still kind of bloody looking around it. I just cleaned it, but it's kind of bloody and kind of gross, and my nose is peeling because it's sunburnt, so my nose is just not having a good week because it's in a lot of pain right now. But yeah, it's right there. It's in a really good spot. I think he did really, really good. And then he went ahead and went and pierced it. So here is a video of him piercing it. He used a receding tube. So just a tube that he put in my nose, and then he just stabbed the needle through.
2, 3.
So after he pierced my nose, he took out the receding tube, and the needle was still sticking in my nose, which I have a picture, which I will show you guys right here. And the needle was still sticking in my nose. He took the jewelry and he put it in the needle and he hooked it through, and it's in here. This is a corkscrew one, I believe. I don't know, I can't really see it, and I don't want to show you guys the inside of my nose, but it is curved like a corkscrew. I don't really know what it's called, but that's the type of stud he used. I was kind of upset because this stud is kind of big and I wanted a smaller one, but he didn't, they only had 2 different kinds. They had the one with the gem and one without a gem, and they didn't have any smaller ones. These were the smallest they had. And it looks bigger when I'm looking face to face with someone. It looks kind of big from the side, but from this side it doesn't look that big. But once I'm able to change it, I will definitely be getting a smaller one because I don't like how big it is. After he pierced it and everything, he gave me instructions on how to take care of it, and he said that I should clean it twice a day, and if I clean it more than that, I need to be careful cleaning it more than twice a day because it will get dried out. I wash it in the morning and in the afternoon, but if I go through stuff and I feel really dirty and my face feels dirty, then I should clean it 3 times a day. So I just cleaned it because I've been out at church and everything, but as you can see, it's really red around it because it's still sensitive because I just got it pierced last night. So I told you guys on my Instagram picture to comment some questions that you had about the nose piercing, and I will answer them. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I had a couple of questions, some repetitive questions. The first one is from 5 Sauce Blurry Face, and they asked, was it sore? So right now it is very sore. It's not a pain sore, it's a bruise. So if you get hit or something and you have a bruise, that's how it feels, and it kind of feels weird to move my nose. I'm still not used to the feeling of having something in my nose, so I feel like I have a huge booger in there. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels that way, but I feel like I constantly have to blow my nose or something. Next question is from Kinsley Taylor, and they asked if on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad did it hurt during the process? The piercing itself was like a 1. Like, I didn't even know he was done with it. He told me to breathe in at 1, hold my breath at 2, and then let it out at 3. I kind of forgot to let my air out at 3, so I was like, and I was just holding my breath the entire time, but it was good. I didn't pass out or anything. Like pulling a nose hair, like for me. So I was really surprised that it did not hurt. Haley.Shay asked, did it bleed? It did bleed for a while, actually. He hit a capillary is what the word he used. I don't know if that's a thing, but he hit a capillary and it started bleeding, which he said that's pretty normal. He said that every 10 to 15 people bleed, and if you've watched my piercing videos, I've pretty much bled on all of my piercing videos. Like, I'm just a bleeder. So he hit a capillary, so we just had to sit there for about 10 minutes and he just kept cleaning the blood that kept coming out with Q-tips and everything, and then after that it was fine. It's still been bleeding a little bit because, you know, I'm moving my face and my nose a lot, so it's gonna agitate the piercing. So it has been bleeding and it's been like crusting over, but I've been cleaning the blood away. Ariana asked, how old do you have to be to get it? It is a law for, at least in Georgia, that you have to be 18 to get a piercing without parents' permission. I was 17, but since my parents were there and they signed off for it, then I was allowed to get it. If you're under 18, you're a minor and you have to have an adult. Gabby Grodner asked if I got it done with clamps or a cork. I didn't get it done with either. I got it done with a receding tube. Kendall Wood asked, how long do you have to clean it before it completely heals, and are you planning on putting a hoop in or keeping the stud? So he said that it takes up to a year for any cartilage piercing to completely heal, but after 8 weeks I could change the piercing. He said that the first year, if you take the piercing out, then it will close up pretty fast. So if I'm changing something, then I need to change it really, really fast. And if I'm planning on putting a hoop in, I know in the future I will put a hoop in, maybe just for like a day or two. I'm not really a hoop type of person, but I am going to be getting a smaller stud or something else because this one is just really big and it kind of annoys me. Amy Volden asked what made me choose the left side. So I chose the left side because my hair, it parts like this. So my bangs and everything kind of cover my face when I look this way. So like, you can see the nose piercing to the left since my hair is like that. That's kind of why I did it. And I'm also left-handed, so I feel like the left side is just a better side to have the piercing for me. And then the last question is from Bleating Bleeding, and they asked if I would think of getting a double nostril, which is 2 on one side and then 1 on the other. No. I could barely talk my mom into letting me get 1, much less 3. So I'm just gonna stick with 1. I don't want any more holes in my face. Like, the nose piercing is the only face piercing I would ever get. So that was pretty much all of the questions and everything I really had to say. But my sister took tons of pictures while we were there, and like I said, she snuck a couple of videos. The guy I had, like I said, his name was Johnny. He was really awesome, super clean. They were super sanitary. I really recommend Lucky Draw in Dallas, Georgia. They were awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.